Chapter 4. We're Not There Yet. Gender Equality. Have you ever noticed that sometimes girls are talked about differently or even treated differently from boys? The first time I realized girls and boys were sometimes, or even often, treated differently was one night when I was in first grade. My mom was at the Parent Teachers Association PTA meeting in the Forest Park Elementary School cafeteria. I was in the playroom with the other kids. We were all waiting for the meeting to end and our parents to come pick us up. John, I've changed his name, kept teasing me, and I kept ignoring him until he pushed me down and sat on me. He said it was the only way to deal with an annoying girl. He taunted me, called me ugly, and said other nasty things. After the annoying girl and ugly bit, the other specific things he said are, admittedly, a bit hazy. What is definitely clear, in addition to the first insults, is my memory of being shocked, hurt, and surprised. Once I got over the disbelief of John sitting on me, I asked him repeatedly to get off, though I might have started demanding it after a while. When he refused to move, after I'd asked nicely, I shoved him off me. The teacher, who was supervising, walked over then, chastised me, and told me that was very unladylike behavior. I apologized and explained that he'd sat on me and wouldn't move even after I had asked nicely and said please. She seemed not to care very much and gave me a warning, saying, as a girl, I should have known better, behaved more like a lady, and needed to accept that boys will be boys. I remember being very confused. I knew I wanted to always be polite and courteous, but I also knew I wanted to be able to defend myself. I had a similar experience in 8th grade with an even more aggressive boy. It was much scarier and much more unpleasant. I was again chastised by the teacher while he got a similar boys will be boys reaction. That experience more than 20 years ago was far from the last time I've been called ugly, been bullied, or otherwise been put down, at least in part for being a girl. I've been criticized for speaking up too much, or, more often when I was younger, not speaking up enough. I've been blamed for being too tough when men in similar situations have been applauded for their strength of character or integrity. I've definitely had men try to intimidate me by using their size, but even so, I've always known I was very lucky on many fronts. For every mean boy or aggressive man, for every teacher who wanted to put me and other girls in a box, I've had more friends, teachers, and mentors who have supported me. My parents and husband have always encouraged me to find my own path, and, for the most part, my friends were also lucky enough to have parents who supported their dreams. I believe that every girl and woman should have the chance and the choice to be who and what she wants to be, whether it's a wife, a mother, a professional, or all of the above. We have so much data now that says when girls and women can make choices for themselves, personally and professionally, that's good for their health, their family's health, and their country's economies. Increasingly, in the US and across the world, more and more people recognize this, and more countries are making discrimination and violence against women illegal. But there are still places where these things remain legal, and we have work to do to ensure any girl, anywhere, can have any dream she wants and the opportunity to pursue that dream throughout her life. In some parts of the world, the worst thing that can happen to a family, as they see it, is to have a daughter instead of a son. Even today, some communities and families continue to favor boys. Yet, more so than at any point in human history, girls and women have a greater chance to lead lives of their own charting, to go to school and hold jobs that would have been inconceivable in the past. In much of the world, girls today can dream of being scientists, doctors, race car drivers, entrepreneurs, presidents, prime ministers, or teachers. And more boys can see their mothers, sisters, and female friends in all those roles. But that's not true everywhere. We're still not there yet on girls and women having equal rights and equal opportunities to those of boys and men. Everywhere a girl is born, her race, ethnicity, religion, and how much money her family has all influence whether she has a better chance and more choices than her mother did to follow her dreams. Sometimes her choices are limited by customs as well as by laws. Sometimes she has no choices at all as to whether or not she goes to school, gets married, or works. A lot of the information in this chapter is from a report Melinda Gates, an activist and all-around inspiring woman, my mom and I launched early in 2015 called No Ceilings, the full participation report. If you like data, I hope you'll check it out at noceilings.org.